Everybody, how are y'all? Hey, hey. I'm not gonna lie, I'm nervous. So to break the ice a little bit, we're gonna do something a little, I don't know, non-conventional, I guess, but that's who I am. I need y'all to do me a favor. Make that beat. Right there. Yeah. Oh, it's Freestyle Friday. I'm feeling good. What's that? Explain? Don't need to be understood. Keep going. I'm on the mic. I'm about to do what I like. Hating vibes dead. Shout out to my boy Ted. Okay, I'm good. Let's go. All right, I had to get that out. I had to, do something comfortable. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is DeAndre McPhail, and we'll talk about names for a moment because when we were getting all this together, all of the communication from Jen was saying Dr. DeAndre McPhail, and I was like, that sounds good, but not quite there just yet. And so I automatically felt intimidated in the text thread because I already felt like, wow, I don't fit in with this group. And I'm wondering if I'm worth giving this talk. Am I going to blow it on this platform? And so as I stand in front of you and as I listen to Luke, one of the best students I ever taught, can y'all make some noise for Luke? So as I listened to him give the introduction and as I drove here and as I worked on my speech and as I talked to her last night and I needed a pep talk and as I was talking to my friends before I got here, I thought I have to do this as Cortez. Now y'all don't know who Cortez is, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of background. DeAndre is the name that I was given by my mother. It's the name that I carry in all of my professional settings. However, Cortez is the name that I chose when I moved into the fitness industry. And it's when I truly stepped into the most confident version of myself. So although I do love the name DeAndre, I want y'all to just know me as Cortez tonight. Is that okay? All right. So tonight, my name is Cortez, and I'm talking to you about my superpower, which is engaging audiences. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Do me a favor, turn to your neighbor, either one, or you can do it with both. I want you to turn to them and give them a compliment. Turn to each of your neighbors and give them a compliment. I know that's right. Look, I'm going to give you a hug. How about that? All right, so here's what I want you to do next. I want you to turn to your neighbors and tell them the highlight of your day today. All right, put your finger up if you gave somebody a highlight. Fingers up, fingers up. Ooh, highlights all around. We love it. So I need you to do one more thing with your neighbor. I need you to really, really think about this one. So breathe. Get ready. Oh, yes, ma'am. That was a good breath. I know that's short. Your neighbor about the last time that you were facing a challenge that gave you butterflies in your stomach. A challenge that you were facing that kept you up at night before you actually had to face it. And I want you to think about the fact that some of y'all may be in the midst of that challenge now, which, by the way, you're going to get over. But I want you to think about, for those of you that just over the feelings that were at the top of that hill before you got to the top. And when you're ready, tell your neighbor about it. So let's come together. Let's come back together. I want to talk to you all about vulnerability. Because what I just witnessed was a room full of people that were willing to be vulnerable. Some of you were people that you know. Some of you are people that you are just meeting for the first time tonight. And that brings me to the first point that I hope stays with you at the end of our time tonight, is that vulnerability is not weakness, it's permission. Okay? If you're looking to engage someone, and I'm speaking from the perspective of a classroom teacher as well as a cycling instructor, but if you're looking to engage someone in any meaningful capacity in your life, it starts with telling that person, I allow you to see me as a human being outside of someone pushing a product to you, out of someone that's expecting you to listen to me just because I'm content. Okay? I want you guys to think about your thoughts than you saw them as a mentor who broke down or shed a tear here or there, said a cuss word here or there when they were frustrated, right? They broke that barrier to let you see. Right. You thought about one right there. Absolutely. And so I just want you guys to think about the fact that for me, A lot of my success in terms of engaging students, engaging my audiences has come from really truly tapping into the fact that we're all facing a battle every single day that we may not realize is relatable to someone more than we realize. My second year of teaching, I experienced homelessness. I also experienced a considerable death in my family that changed me, that impacted me forever. I still showed up, but I did let my students know, although you don't need to know, this is a very hard time for me, and I need you guys to show up. Some of the best test scores I ever got in my career in a struggling school came from that year from students who saw that I was broken, but I was still trying to show up. And so there were students there that shared their brokenness with me that were willing to fight because of me saying that I'm not all the way strong. I don't have it all together. So for anyone in here that's looking for a meaningful connection somewhere in your life, somewhere in your business, I want you to think about if you're showing up as someone that is willing to say, I don't have it all together. There are, but that's okay. Oh, it got heavy. Dang. We were just laughing and joking and all of that. And look at where we got. Let's go ahead and talk about my second point with you guys, because once you break down to someone that it's okay to have a human connection, well, what is that connection based off of? Is it because I want you to accomplish something for me, or is it because I care about you on a deeper level? So I have a lot of my cycling crew in the building. Can y'all make some noise? Okay, yeah, my people are back. They're saving their energy for tomorrow because they're going crazy on the bike. I already know. What they will say to you is that I run a class. I run a tight ship. We'll say that. I run a very tight ship. And my students from my classroom will say it's kind of the opposite. I run a tight-ish ship. But they'll both say that I do expect them to work their hardest to achieve results that unfortunately, fortunately for some people, but being who I am, y'all can see what side I might sway with standardized tests and how they may sometimes drive our instruction or put pressure on us as educators. What I've learned with students is that unless they're intrinsically motivated to just score highly on tests, which, I mean, let's be honest, that's not necessarily the kids that we're raising. We know that they want to get into good schools, but I don't think they set out every day to say that that's their goal in terms of who they are as a human being and how they want to define themselves. So as I'm looking at students to really give me their best, and more than anything, not to just give me words on a paper, not to just give me a speech in front of the room, but to give me their heart for a whole school year, to trust me. Now, I said I'm going to be vulnerable with you. Let's connect on that level to where I can see what you need, so where I can actually deliver something that's catered to you as a student. So the second point I want you guys to kind of resonate and just kind of reflect on is the importance of seeing someone. I've allowed them to see me, allowed them to see my vulnerability, but now, once that guard is down, do I see that person? Am I leading with an ego, or am I leading with the desire to connect, with the desire to meet them where they are? I've taught students that were in some of the worst points in their lives, but they still pushed through because they felt like I actually cared. And so if you want a result from someone, I think it should kind of be rooted in that. I got so many salespeople in here that I think lose sight of that. As a consumer, more than I've ever sold a product, I think that the connective thread between us as human beings is lost. We live in an attention economy where people are literally fighting for things. There are people that are getting paid to find ways to keep our attention, right? So when you have these authentic cheat codes that are free, being vulnerable, seeing people where they are, why not take it? I got one more point that I want to leave with you all, and it reflects back and it relates back to me saying to call me Cortez. And I think that engagement is rooted in authenticity. I don't know if a TED Talk ever started with a freestyle, and my freestyle wasn't the best, but I said I had to show up and do it my way. And because I did that, I think that I was able to give you guys something that was me, that I can leave off out of this red circle that he told me not to step out of and be proud of. I did good. I've been in it, and I move a lot so I've done a good job being in this circle. But I want you guys to just remember that the challenge that we face in terms of engagement, and I know that we all are looking to engage someone in our lives, whether it's we want to engage our partner better in deeper conversation, if we want our kids to engage with us as they get older and they start to pull away from us. There are so many things that we can do, showing up authentically as ourselves, seeing them as their authentic selves, and letting vulnerability be not just an a sometimes opportunity, but being a standard in terms of authentic, engaged conversation. And I promise you the results will speak for themselves. So if I could have you turn to your neighbor one last time, tell them the next time you have to engage someone and what you're going to do to try it. Let's go. I heard somebody the next time. What can you do differently? Woo! I love it. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for allowing me to exercise my superpower tonight. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your night. Have a good one.